Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Valentine Lister, and this is my minor arcana series on the suit of wands. And we're going to be covering this guy here, the Knight of Wands. Going to get to know him really, really well and who he represents and what are the court cards even about. So we're also so excited to share this. We are going to look at the other minor arcana cards that tell a story about this person in this card here, so you can get to know them really, really well. And those cards that rule this card ties into the astrology associated with this card, so we'll get into that. Tell you about any other symbols I think you should know in the card. I'm also going to tell you about the numerology as well as the upright and the reversed meanings. Okay, the Knight of Wands. So who is this guy? Who's this hot guy? Well, we're going to find out. So just to give you a flavor for this card, what it means, I gave this card a nickname when I did my video on the easiest way to understand the wands. And if you remember that video, I said that the Knight of Wands represented boundless optimism. So gives you a feel for what this guy is all about. Okay, so I'm going to get right into the rulers of this card, and this card is a little bit different from the other minor arcana cards like the 1 through 10, although they think that's more like 2 through 10, where there's major arcana rulers. There's actually minor arcana rulers for this card, and I think it's so cool. I was like so excited when I realized like the connection to this card. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is associated, like I said, with 3 cards from the suit of wands. And the reasoning behind this structure is a little complicated and is described in Book T of the Golden Dawn textbook from their order. So that link is in the description box below to that book. And it's based on the decans in astrology. And so I'm not going to go too deep into that. The other book that I thought was really good on this, because Book T in the Order of the Golden Dawn is like, it's a super big book and it's not necessarily user friendly. So the other book that I thought was really good is T. Susan Chang's book. It is called The 36 Secrets, A Decanic Journey Through the Minor Arcana of the Tarot. I'm also going to link that in the description box below for the books. And in that book, she has a great graphic in there on page 14 in the intro that that breaks it down which cards go with which thing. And that's probably the best graphic for like a quick reference on which cards rule the court cards. She actually did something really cool. I'm not going to show it there because I think you need to purchase her book if you want to see that. So I'm going to break it down for you here. So the Knight of Wands is associated with the last decan of Cancer, which is the 4 of Cups, the first decan of Leo, which is the 5 of Wands, and the second decan of Leo, which is the 6 of Wands. So I love these 3 cards because they give you a little story about the Knight of Wands. And looking at these cards, I like to think of them as like a past, present, and future type spread. So past, present, and future of the Knight of Wands. And it was really helpful. So we start with the 4 of Cups here. And so this is telling you about the Knight of Wands and his past, where he came from. And so this is a guy who's been provided for his entire life. He knows he has everything he needs and is taken care of. He never has to worry about food, money, family support, emotional support, etc., things like that. He doesn't need anything, and he starts to wonder, like, is there something more? What do I do with all of this good fortune? Should I be giving what I have to others? Do I even deserve all of this? So that brings us into the present. You can see this is his present here. He's going out to fight, and here's a fight, right? So next we have his current present situation here. And so he's going out into the world to either prove himself or to get into trouble, but he's going to experience life. He's going out beyond the safe, secure limits of his home in order to experience the world for himself. So he's like a prince going into battle, showing that he can fight for himself and rule, showing that he's more than just a pampered youth. He can contribute and take care of himself without anyone else. So it reminds me of the rebellious stage of a young adult who wants to separate from their parents and make a life of their own. Okay, and here's the knight's future, right? So eventually he's going to be a king, and that might be, right, why he wants to go out and prove himself. Because if everybody thinks he's just this like pampered guy right here and is like, you know, kind of weak, people might try to take over, right? Knock him out of his seat. So he goes out and experiences life. So in the future, right, this knight turns into like a king or a wise leader, someone who comes from a fortunate background, who also has an understanding about the ugliness or the toughness of the world. So he's brave, noble, and wise. He's ready to lead others with the wisdom he has learned and has a giving and noble heart. So I'm going to go straight into the upright meaning. And so this card represents a person. So that's really important to remember. This person in this card is generally a young male youth or has that type of energy. They're brave and adventurous, perhaps rebellious, enthusiastic, optimistic, action-oriented, a go-getter, wants to use their good fortune and experiences to help others and lead in terms of like wands-like things like sports, creative projects, teaching something, learning something, work, romance, children. Okay, so if this card comes out reversed, it means the same thing as upright, but this person's energy is being blocked or avoided. So it's still the same person as the person described before in the upright meaning, but you're trying to avoid them, distance yourself from them, or you're having an argument or disagreement with them. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Knight of Wands. And if you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release my next video. And the next video will be on the Queen of Wands. Also, if you want to catch up on my videos, you haven't caught the other ones, I'm going to put a Minor Arcana playlist here for you to view, as well as a related video I think you'll like or want to watch next up here. And I love you guys so much. If you have any questions ever about these cards, make sure to put it down in the description box below and I'll get back to you. All right, take care, bye. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video every single week.